He's A.J. Hawk, the Packers linebacker, joining us. Dan Patrick Show. What'd you make of Richard Sherman's post-game comments?
Well, I think it's obviously pretty polarizing how it's really being talked about every corner of probably the earth right now. But, I mean, I honestly don't have an issue with a guy speaking his mind. I don't think we should censor anybody because no one wants to sit here and listen to, especially athletes, just give them more cliches. I think that's very boring, and I've been a victim of that myself. Sometimes I do that. But, the only thing I said I had an issue with is if he's calling out another player, and disrespecting another player. But I also don't know what their history is. So, I think if you stick a microphone in the guy's face after he made a play to send his team to the Super Bowl, I mean, what do you expect? He's going to be pretty emotional.
I just didn't like the choke sign. You're going to call out Colin Kaepernick. And I thought that Kaepernick showed him the utmost respect by not going in his direction. So for him to say, he choked in the game, I thought it wasn't necessary. You have a battle with Crabtree, fine. You want to call him out, you want to say you're the best corner. I would think if you're the best corner, you don't have to say you're the best corner. But, he got caught up in the emotion. You guys normally don't talk right after a game. There's a cooling down period, and there's a reason for that. Have you ever had yourself in a moment, if I put a microphone after a game, that you would have went off in a way that you would have said on second thought, after looking at it, I shouldn't have done it that way?
Of course, yes. I think all of us as players have been in that situation. Maybe not to the extent that Richard Sherman went, but yeah, I mean, on the field after, say, a big win or a big loss, if they stick a microphone in your face, I mean, there's some crazy emotions and thoughts going through your mind at that point. And I've been on the field in the NFC Championship when someone else has made a play to send us to the Super Bowl, and I knew how excited I was and how it's just every dream comes true on that instant. So Richard Sherman's the guy that made that play to send his team to the Super Bowl. So that's why I have some sympathy for the guy.
When it comes to defense, and I think I've railed against this, that every rule that the NFL has instituted has benefited the offense. It's still a defensive game, in my opinion, but how tough is it to play defense against these offenses, in particular a Peyton Manning offense with all those weapons and the rules that are in place for them to benefit?
You're right. I mean, it is getting tougher and tougher by the day to be kind of a shutdown defense. That's why, for me, as a fan of football, it's fun to see Seattle and how they're playing. That they are really a defensive-led team, and their defense came through in the end of that game and won it for him. But you're right. I mean, especially with Peyton Manning, obviously everyone knows how smart he is, how great he is. He's spreading his guys out. He has five guys out in the route, no receivers or no backs in the backfield, and he has multiple different options, and we can't touch him past about 4.5, a max 5 yards. Yeah, it's a little bit tough, and they want to run some pick and rub routes on you, like you saw Aqib Talib get hurt. It's tough, but no one's going to feel sorry for us. We have to find a way to cover it.
What do you think of that pick play with Wes Welker?
I mean, I 100% don't think there's any intent to hurt him, by Wes. I know Wes decently well. What an awesome guy. I think anyone will tell you that. But that's what teams do, though. If you're going to match up as a defense and try to, I don't know the exact coverage they were playing on that play, but if you're going to try to play man coverage or a form of man, they're going to run crossing routes. They're going to get in 2-3 stacks and bunches and just scatter, and someone's going to naturally get picked. In that play, I think, honestly, Wes was taken by surprise that Talib was right there. And if you see Wes, he almost even ducked to try to not get hurt as well. And it's just unfortunate that Talib went down.
He's A.J. Hawk, the Packers linebacker, joining us. Dan Patrick Show. Who would you rather prepare for, Peyton Manning or Russell Wilson?
Ooh, see, that's a monster either way, I tell you the truth. I mean, I guess just because Peyton is in that conversation to go down as the greatest of all time, probably Russell Wilson and the Seahawks, because Peyton is just, I mean, it's almost like he has this mystical sense in his mind where he knows what you're going to do before you know what you're going to do. So
have you ever called out a defensive play, though, and then he's countered it and you go, damn it, he got me?
What? Oh, my gosh, yes. Peyton does that a lot and if you are impatient at all yourself, or you say your safeties are trying to disguise the coverage, or myself as a linebacker, we have a blitz on, you're thinking, oh, yeah, we're going to get to him. We're going to get some pressure on this guy. Well, the thing is, Peyton already knows that, I think, and he's going to hold his count. Oh, if you show your blitz, Peyton's just going to make you feel like a little third grader. He's going to check out of it, call the right play, and all of a sudden he throws the ball 40 yards downfield for a touchdown, and you don't get close to a sack. So, yes, he can make you look foolish.
But you have this whole Omaha thing. If you know that when he says Omaha, Omaha, and he's going to snap it, isn't it a benefit to the defense?
Yeah, it is. But, Peyton, I don't know as much about Peyton, how long he's been doing it, but Eli's been using Omaha for a long time, and it changes up. It used to be, I think, like the first sound after Omaha was when they snapped it. But, you've heard people talk about it. You can put all you want into Omaha and think about it and know that the ball is coming right after it, but then guess what? They're going to change that thing up maybe the next drive on you. So you can't really, think too much about it.
But are you calling out defensive plays? Do you call out mock defensive plays?
No, we don't. I don't in Green Bay, but I don't know. That wouldn't really work. You can always try to show different things, which everyone tries to do. Try to, Dom Capers always says, show them the right and give them the left. You want to do that and show me your blitzes from one side and come from the other. That's just, basic, what you try to do to disguise your defense. But the thing about it is the great quarterbacks will hold it, and they're so patient that they're going to make you show your blitz or show your coverage, and Peyton's one of the best at it.
Where does Rodgers rank quarterbacks right now?
I say this all the time, that Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback on the planet, and I take him over anybody. I'm obviously biased. I'm a homer towards Aaron, but Aaron does things every single day in practice and in games that are just that you can't even use the English language to describe how good he is.
You ever hit him?
Oh, yeah. All the time. I try to. When he was young, especially when Brett Favre was still in town, I'd be going against Aaron in practice. We got in a little fight my first or second year there in this family night scrimmage we have on the field. And, yeah, I love messing with him. He's the best. He just came back to Ohio for a little birthday celebration a couple weeks ago.
Wait, whose birthday celebration?
Well, it was mine.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to, pub my birthday. But, yeah, he came in town a week or so after the season was over and hung out for 3 or 4 days.
Well, give me an idea here. What was the party like? What was going on?
What did we do?
Yeah.
I felt bad. Because it was so lame. I have 2 young kids, so he's in the guest room. He's in the guest room sleeping until 10 a.m. and I'm sitting here running around making eggs for my daughter and my little son, and they're banging around. My daughter's banging on his door because she loves to play with him because he's great with her, and she's trying to wake him up, and he's here trying to have a little bit of a vacation.
Wait. So Favre is in the guest room?
Aaron.
Oh, Aaron is there. Okay. I thought, Favre is there.
No.
Okay, so Aaron is there in your guest bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are banging on the door, and he comes back.
Oh, yeah.
What did he expect for this big birthday bash that you were having?
Oh, I don't know. My wife had a little surprise situation set up at a restaurant we had one night, and then he stayed for about 2 or 3 days after that. I think he just wanted to get out of town before he went back to the West Coast and hang out a bit. So now we weren't. It was pretty vanilla and pretty boring for him. So I think he liked that though. He liked to get a little bit of rest and watch me parent my 2 kids.
Did Brady Quinn get invited?
Brady, of course, was invited, but Brady was not in town. Brady spends most of his time in Florida, unfortunately.
Wow. So Rodgers came in, but your brother-in-law didn't come in.
I know, man. Maybe I'm going to send him a text after this. I'm kind of upset about that. I'm kind of upset now that you said that. Thank you for reminding me.
I mean, what'd your wife say?
Oh, my wife said Brady was busy with something. He probably had made up some excuse that he had business meetings or he had to list more or something. So I don't even know. I didn't get into it. I love Brady. I just met him for dinner last night. But you're right. Man, I wish I would have had this call before I had dinner with him.
Who has bigger arms, you or Brady Quinn?
Brady Quinn. Brady is a monster. I tell him all the time. Brady's an absolute physical freak that came out of the womb. Just unbelievable, and can sit there. He probably weighs more than me. He's stronger than me.
Shouldn't he play another position?
He probably could. I mean, I don't know. He had a little back injury that he's dealing with from this year, but he could. Yeah, I mean,
linebacker.
Linebacker. I don't know about that. Linebacker's a weird spot. You got to be an idiot to play linebacker, and so that fits me perfectly.
So Matthews is an idiot.
No, he plays outside backer. They rush the passer.
Okay.
That's a different world. I'm not calling him. I'm not saying anybody else. I should say just in my world. I'm an idiot. No.
Do you have boys? Or do you have a daughter?
I I have a 3-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old boy.
You let him play football, you think?
I will 100% let him play football, yes.
Cool. Hey, good to visit with you as always, AJ, and a belated happy birthday.
Hey, thank you very much.
All right. Have a good offseason. Thank you. AJ Hawk, a Packers linebacker.